Okay, so you've got goals, right? You want to grow, but every single day it feels like you're fighting this silent war, and the enemy isn't somewhere out there, it's right inside your own head. Well, that's what we're doing today. We're handing you the battle plan to override that enemy and finally, start doing the hard things you know you need to do. Let's just jump right in with a really powerful idea. Your brain isn't your friend. It's designed to protect you. See, your brain isn't really wired for your success or your big dreams. It's wired for one thing, and one thing only: survival. And that means keeping you safe, comfortable, and far, far away from anything that feels like a threat. All right, so if we're gonna win this war, we've got to know who we're fighting. It's just that simple. So this first part, it's all about getting to know your enemy. That part of your brain that's been holding you back. So here's the core conflict, right? It's laid out pretty clearly. On one side, there's you, with your goals, your dreams of growing, building something amazing, getting stronger. And on the other side, you've got your brain's ancient programming: just survive. And to your brain, survival means one thing: conserve energy, seek pleasure, avoid pain. Your ambition, that's literally a direct threat to its prime directive. And it's pretty wild how this instinct actually shows up in our daily lives. It's this survival instinct, this internal force that wants you to stay soft, stay scared, stay silent. It's that magnetic pull toward the couch, the mindless Instagram scroll, the "I'll just do it tomorrow" excuse. And look, this isn't you being weak. This is a built-in biological feature we've just got to learn to hack. And that voice, oh, I bet it sounds familiar, right? Don't go to the gym, just rest. One more TikTok won't hurt. You'll definitely start tomorrow. These aren't just lazy thoughts. They are tactical moves by your brain designed to get you to back down. The very first step to winning is just recognizing this voice for what it is: the enemy of your ambition. Okay, so knowing the enemy is step one, but defeating them, that's a whole other game. So in this next section, we're getting into the actual battle plan, the specific tactics you can use to fight back and take control. And this right here is the biggest mindset shift you need to make. Most of us see discomfort, that feeling of resistance, that little bit of pain, as a stop sign. This battle plan demands you see it differently. See, pain isn't the thing you run from, it's the price of admission. It's the currency you use to buy growth, power, and strength. So get this, and this is super important. That feeling of resistance, that, I don't feel like it groan, that is no longer a warning sign to stop. From this moment on, that feeling is your trigger. It's your green light. It's the signal flare that tells you, right here, this is the spot, this is where growth happens. And you need a comeback locked and loaded, an automatic response. The second you hear that whisper of survival, "I don't feel like it," your brain needs to fire back instantly. Good. That means I must. No debate, no negotiation. You use its own resistance as the very fuel that launches you forward. And here's a brilliant little tactic to just bypass that whole internal debate: the 3-second kill switch. See, hesitation, that's the window where your brain wins. It's where it starts to talk you out of it. So you give it no time. The second you feel that hesitation, you just start counting down. 3, 2, 1. And when you hit move, you physically move. Get up, put on your shoes, open the laptop. No more thinking. Action is the antidote to overthinking. Every single time. Okay, so those are tactics for winning the little skirmishes, moment to moment. But how do you win the whole war? Well, that brings us to our next briefing, the daily campaign. This part is all about building long-term dominance over those lazy instincts. So the big question is, how do you actually train your brain to just submit? How do you get it to stop fighting you at every single turn and instead start to follow your lead? How do you make this your new normal? And the answer, well, it's pretty simple, actually. You do it through a daily discomfort ritual. This is one non-negotiable act of discipline you commit to every single day. It's not about some complex hour-long morning routine. It's about one single, consistent action that sends a clear message to your brain about who's really in charge here. And look, these can be small acts of war. We're not talking about climbing Everest here. It could be taking a cold shower, doing 100 push-ups, 30 minutes of deep, focused work with zero distractions, speaking up in a meeting when you're scared to, or just waking up before the sun does. Every single one of these, it's like a little jab, a little punch to your weakness that just trains your brain, slowly but surely, to listen to you. So, what's the end game here? Where does all this lead? This final section is about the ultimate victory. Because let's be real, the goal here is way bigger than just getting more stuff done. This quote right here,
It gets to the absolute heart of it. Discipline isn't a mood you just wait for, hoping it shows up. It is an identity that you build brick by brick. See, a warrior doesn't wake up and check in with their feelings to decide if they're going to be disciplined today. No way. They've already decided who they are, and then they just act like it.
And that, right there, is maybe the most important takeaway from all of this. Every time you use that 3-second rule, every time you take that cold shower, you're doing way more than just being productive. You're literally casting a vote for who you want to be. You're not just tweaking your schedule. You are fundamentally rewiring who you are.
Because at the end of the day, this is the real victory. The ultimate goal is to transform yourself into a machine, a person who doesn't just put up with pressure, but actually thrives under it. To become the kind of person who looks at a challenge and doesn't see a wall, but sees an opportunity to get stronger.
So let's wrap this up with a direct challenge to you. That version of you that listened to the voice of comfort, the one that always chose the easy path, let that person die today. The only question left is this: who are you becoming tomorrow?